First and foremost, I will be joining my friends over at Greenhouse, and I'm going to be broadcasting the podcast from the Greenhouse booth on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons. Incredible lineup of thought leaders, industry experts that I'll be interviewing on behalf of Greenhouse and broadcasting the episodes on the podcast. And Wednesday at 11 a.m., I will be hosting a panel with Ariana Moon. She's the VP of Talent at Greenhouse, along with Corey Farrow. She's the VP of Recruiting at Okta. And we are going to be speaking, and the title is Future-Proofing Talent Acquisition, Elevating the Candidate Experience. Something very near and dear to my heart. How do we leverage both technology and the human side to really create an incredible candidate experience? And I think so many great companies actually fail at the candidate experience, where they're not putting the resources or the time or they're short-staffed. But a bad candidate experience sometimes results, many times, in a poor hire. The candidate's not properly onboarded. The expectations weren't set. So we're going to get into that and a whole lot more. So Transform's a place to be. It is just absolutely incredible and awesome.
Is there anything you're looking forward to the most from going from a learning perspective for you and not you're the host perspective?
Yeah, well, it's interesting too. So a lot of time at these events, I don't have the time to go sit in to the speakers. I don't have the time because I'm broadcasting. I'm working. I don't have the ability to do that. So for me, it's those interviews. It's the real-time, in-the-moment interviews. What's happening right now in our industry? What are the hot topics? And I'm just a canvas, and I'm laying it out and asking the right questions and bringing it back to the audience out there.
And speaking of that, is there anything you could tease of what you spoke about who you're speaking to on your shows, but is there anything you can tease about what you said of making the job applicator experience a little bit better for people, for our companies watching that want to take a tip away today?
Keep it as easy and seamless as possible. Upload the resume, a couple of questions. I'm also actually, hot take, you want it to be as short as possible, but I also think there's an opportunity here for weed out people who are using auto applies and may not be genuinely interested. I am okay with a couple of open-ended questions. I'm okay with that. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to see the level of effort you put in early on. I'm not talking about an old Workday kind of platform where you have to refill in everything on your resume and everything. Have that all automated. Have that done easy and just flawless. And put in a couple of open-ended, really thought-provoking questions.
So that's that technology and human aspect right there together.
Yes.
And then I always like to end the show looking forward and giving job seekers a piece of advice as well. So we've been talking a lot about the tumultuous job market. So what is one major piece of advice for anyone looking for a job right now to help them find that job or land that job?
It's a tough one out there because I have so much empathy. I've been on the other side before. Earlier in my career, I've been out of work 4 or 5 times, as long as almost 9 months. It was brutal. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself mentally and physically. You need to go out for walks. You need to get air. You need to air yourself out. You need to make yourself presentable every day and feel like you're working, right? Because I said before, you treat your job search like a job. But the most important piece of advice is plan your work and work your plan. Every day, have a plan of action and a plan of attack for your job search. I'm going to research these companies. I'm going to follow up with these people. I'm going to apply for these jobs. I'm going to network with these folks. Have a list so you feel accomplished. So you feel like you're not just, throwing the balls up in the air and seeing wherever they land. No, you have a target and a goal and that you're accountable to yourself.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Finding a job these days is a job in itself. So it takes a lot of work.
Sure does.
Well, thank you, Adam, so much for coming on the show today, and good luck at Transform. Everybody stay tuned to all of his shows on the podcast from Transform coming up. So exciting.
Thank you so much, Jada.
And thank you all for listening today. You could catch us every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time.